Here's the follow-up video to Cicero's Pro Marco Marcello number 15. You're going to want to watch that video before this one because we're using Cicero's basic structure to learn some Latin composition. Now here's the original sentence. Soleo saepe ante oculos ponere, nec vero disjunctissimas terras citius possibus, quiusquam potuisse per aggrari, quam tuis non dicam cursibus, sed victoriis lustratae sunt. First, we are going to simplify the sentence considerably because when you innovate on a recipe, you first have to understand how the basic ingredients work together. Now you notice that the first portion here, from soleo through ponere, is from way back earlier in the sentence. So we are going to drop that off as well as the second half of the comparison. And so now we are left with this. Nec vero disjunctissimas terras citius possibus quiusquam potuisse per aggrari. Second, let's practice a very simple change, namely going from oratio obliqua, indirect statement, to oratio recta, direct statement. Now this is a very useful exercise that I often employ with students because it helps practice and develop deep understanding on the difference between direct and indirect speech. So we simply take the accusatives, which here are disjunctissimas terras, and we make them nominative, so that now they can be the subject of a finite verb in a direct statement. So the form will be disjunctissimae terrae. Then take the infinitive, here potuisse, and make it a finite verb. So it becomes potuerunt, which is a third plural, perfect indicative active. Now the whole sentence reads like this. Disjunctissimae terrae citius possibus quiusquam potuerunt per aggrari. There's a problem now, however. Without the full context, quiusquam of anyone no longer makes much sense, so we will drop that. And now we have disjunctissimae terrae citius possibus potuerunt per aggrari. Translation? These very distant places could have been passed through by your strides. Now, if you were listening closely to that translation, you noticed I didn't account for the comparative adverb citius. In the original, citius more quickly set up a quam clause. But now that we simplified the sentence by removing that portion, does it make sense to keep the comparative adverb? The answer is yes, because comparative adverbs, like adjectives, can be used not only to say that someone acts more quickly, for example, or more justly than someone else, but also that they act in that way in a somewhat pronounced or noteworthy fashion. So here, if we were seeking to translate it into English, we would not say more quickly, citius, but something like rather quickly or quite quickly, simply to emphasize that the action was rapid. So that was a pretty good workout, and it shows how we can learn and strengthen our Latin by ringing variations on a basic and solid structure. One given to us by Cicero, whom I call the amiable artist of our Pinum. Vale tote omnes. Thank you so much for watching this free video. I hope that you learned a lot about the classical languages and advanced your knowledge and enjoyment. You can help us keep going with this instruction if you like this video and subscribe to the channel. We've had hundreds of thousands of views in the last 9 years, and we would really like to grow our number of subscribers. If you hit the little bell, you will be notified every time we release a brand new free instructional video. You can also check out one of my Latin or Greek courses at LatinPerDiem.com or mossmethod.com. Check the links if you'd like to study Latin and Greek with me directly. So keep learning, and vale tote omnes.